On Maple Leaf Garden ice as the puck is picked up by Murphy. He steers it to Gilmore. Happening in around behind the Buffalo net. Huddy hustles in there. Watched by Muller. Barnaby took a bump from behind. Barnaby tried to knock it free. Couldn't do it. Leafs keep it in with Andrechuk. Back to Gilmore. Leaves it there to Ellen. He fires it into the corner. Muller catches up with it behind the net. Huddy took it away. Jammed it around in the boards, but not out. Gilmore keeping it in. Head into Andrechuk. Huddy hustling after him in the corner. They bump on the boards. Zhitnik can't come up with it. Kept into Gilmore with a backhand right on. Ashik kicks that one away and works it out to Barnaby. Barnaby dumping a pass up on the wing, hustling in there after it is Burridge looking in front of the net. Burridge curling around, got it in front of Barnaby, and it's tipped away by Potvin. Get around behind the net. Flat, there first for Buffalo, ducks away. Trying to work it into the corner again to Burridge. Does back to Platt. Platt now feeds it into Barnaby in front of Platt, and he couldn't catch up with it. Platt after it again. Rings it around behind the net. Gilmore runs him. It came right out in front of Barnaby. Here's Galley with a shot. Deflects us wide of the net. Allen leaves it there to Murphy. Sabres trying to make a change. Murphy to center ice now. He'll launch one in. That goes off the glass. Toronto changing. Brought away by Wilson. Wilson steps to center. Gets checked. Now kicks it ahead. Snap back in the other direction. Taken by Daw. Daw flipped a pass ahead. Whoops. That one misses everybody. Goes down the ice. And as a result, we'll have an icing call coming up against Buffalo. Tonight's starting goaltenders brought to you by Continental Airlines. More airlines for your money. Dominik Hasek after a night off 2 nights ago in Philadelphia. And Andrei Trepolov played so very well in Buffalo's win. Dom is back in there again tonight. And the cat, Felix Potvin, will be feeling a little pressure too as the Leafs try to win their way out of their losing string lately here on home ice. Minute and a half into this opening period. LaFontaine and Sundin. Out for the draw. Gagne gets tied up in the corner. LaFontaine tapping it around to May. May takes a bump from Gartner. It's kicked free, but comes back to the point with a long shot that Galley flags down. Dumps it at center to LaFontaine. Just failed to get away. Now he gets it into Daw. Ripped a shot that deflects and goes up into the crowd off McCown's stick.
What a great breakout play by Buffalo. Gary Galley with the long pass to LaFontaine in the neutral zone. And watch this, how LaFontaine takes this pass. Hand-eye coordination, isn't that pretty? And LaFontaine then taps the puck off the boards, makes the play to Daw, and the puck ends up in the crowd.
Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the opening period. Tonight's stretches are brought to you by Vicks Deep Discount and Pharmacy.
Both Craig Muni and Doug Huda are healthy. Sergio Momesso is healthy. Johnson suffering from a shoulder injury.
Tipped around on the boards, comes back to the point, ends up rolling back through center ice. Pekka going after it. Pekka swings it now to Wilson, to Himmelab. Himmelab trying to get free. He taps it in. Yuskevich sling back after it. Potvin chips it around on the boards. Getting tied up back there as Craig came to the blue line. Finally forced out to center. Wilson got in front of his check, but it's brought in over the line. Here's Craig with a shot. Hasek snares that one and hangs on, and plenty of traffic in and around that goal crease.
Talked to Ted Nolan this morning, and boy, was he ever excited about playing here in coaching here, his first game as a head coach in Maple Leaf Gardens. He said, something I've dreamed about since I was a youngster and watching Saturday night games from Toronto. And he looked at me and he said, no, all I need to top it off is a Tim Hortons coffee.
Well, that's easy to find in this city and anywhere in Canada these days. And Pat Tim Hortons all across the country.
And Pat Burns may be looking for something a little stronger than coffee these days to try to get his hockey club on the winning track.
Leafs send the Gilmore line right back out again. Gilmore, Andrechuk, and Muller. Also forward in the circle. Platt will kick it to Astley. Swings it to Barnaby. Now up ahead to Derek Platt. Platt ducks away from Gilmore. Fired a pass that hit Burridge in the skates. Burridge chopping at it again. It squirts free at center. Brought back by Muller. Muller 1-on-2 in over the Buffalo line. Left back there to Andrechuk. He kicks it into the corner. Andrechuk feeds it around on the boards. Leaving it to Muller again. Muller swings around, trying to tap it behind the net, but Platt breaks it up, and this one's going to go all the way down to Potvin. Leafs to regroup, approaching the 3-minute mark here in this opening period. Muller starts away, drops it off in his own zone. Now the pass to Ellis. Ellis tapping it up to Gilmore. Gilmore bringing it in over the line. Astley got in front of him. Around on the boards, but Andrechuk holds it in. He dribbled it back behind the net. Astley picks it off. Nobody challenges him, and he brings it out himself. Up on the wing to Barnaby. Barnaby steering it ahead. Here's Plant in over the line. Took the long shot wide of the net. Heads to the bench. Barnaby keeping it in. Barnaby had it hacked away by Elliott. Leafs pick it up again. Up to Gilmore. He got it as far as center, but Bugner rips it right back in. That's recovered by Potvin. Steered around on the boards. The heavy hitters are all out there now. Murphy beating it to Elliott. Elliott comes away at center. Up to Bumgartner. Bumgartner trying to get free, but it's recovered by Hughes to Ray. Ray will rip one in. Tipped all the way around. Hannon hustles in there after it. Took a bump, but leaves it to Ray. Fired it in front. Deflected just wide by Hughes. Hughes tripped up behind the net. Taken now by Elliott. He steers it to Bumgartner. Giving it back to Berg. Berg will tap one in wide of the net. Domi hustling in there. Jammed it around behind the goal. Berg is taken down by Bugner. And he collides with Bumgartner. Knocked away. Buffalo's Galley ahead to Ray. Ray fires a long shot. Potvin chipped that one away. Teams are changing. Yuskevich works it up on the boards. It went all the way to center. Wilson will throw it right back in again. Recovered by McCown. Leafs are leaving this line out there a long time. McCown flipping it to the corner. Off Domi and down the ice. Now Toronto makes a change. Huddy back to pick it up. Squeezing it up to Dahl. Dahl flipping it through center to May. Loves it in over the line, but it's broken up, and Wilson is there to pick it off. Tapping it right back in again. Sabres clear the zone. Up behind the net. Yuskevich ducks away from a check. May keeping it in. Lost it, then got it back again. Yuskevich after it. He feeds it ahead as he got away from Dawes' check. Banged around on the other side. May catches up with it. Here's May trying to slip it around on the glass. It took a funny hop. Comes off the boards to Sundin. He clears it through center to Gagne. One-on-one. Gagne in over the line. Took his shot. Huddy got in front of it. Gagne taken out by Huddy in the corner. Slapped around to McCown on the other side. McCown taps it in behind the net. Here's Sundin trying to curl out in front. And it deflects to May. May starting back. He got as far as center ice. His teammates go off the ice, and he flips one in, and Gagne bumps him from behind. This one is called back on a face-off. 5 minutes and change gone here in the first period.
And for long. So put together.
Gagne hit and pays for it with the first 2-minute penalty of the evening. The face-off to the left of Potvin.
Called by the referee, Don Van Massenhoven, the linesman Scott Driscoll, and Jay Sharms.
Here's the penalty as May shot the puck in, and Gagne bumped from behind.
Really wasn't much more than that. Here's Zhitnik taking a shot right on the rebound. They'll jam at it, and it pops free in the circle. Now Muller got tripped up. No penalty called there on Himmelev. Held in at the point. Worked back in. There's Zhitnik faking his shot. Now a play is called.
Now Yuri Himmelev had his stick in the blade of the Leaf defenseman and could not extract it, and that's why the referee blew the whistle.
Well, Zhitnik's not fussy about that. He was winding up to let his shot go.
Now the puck came to the front of the net, and here comes Himmelev, and right there, that could have been a penalty, and he gets his stick hooked up in Kirk Muller's left skate.
Well, Muller could have got called for theft. LaFontaine against Gilmore. Buffalo the man advantage early here in the first period. It's tipped, but it ends up going through the middle, and Zhitnik will be back there. For Galley. Watched by Gilmore, who peels on. And away goes Galley. Galley swings it to center ice to Himmelev. Taken away by Galley. He clears it across to Zhitnik through Sabres. Galley and Himmelev go down. Brought in over the line by Plant. Trying to clear it in front. Plant's got it again on the wall. Drops it off to LaFontaine. LaFontaine cycling around. Keeping it in there. Back for Galley. Over to Zhitnik. Back to Galley. One-timer. He fired it wide. In behind the net. Allen can't get it out. Taken away by Himmelev to LaFontaine. Leaving it to Himmelev again. Himmelev rolls behind the net. Looking for an open man. Now sends it back for Galley to Yuri Himmelev. Across ice it comes over to Zhitnik. Had to pick it up off the boards. A minute left in the penalty. Zhitnik makes a shot. And that one one goes off the glass all the way around to Galley and out to center ice. Galley tapping it across to Shipnick again. He'll feed it across ice to Platt, whipping it up ahead. LaFontaine just failed to get away. It's jammed ahead, recovered by Galley. Over to LaFontaine. LaFontaine, watched by his It's left it there to Burridge. Back it comes down. Kept in at the point. Here's Ashley letting it go. Putman kicked it away. LaFontaine holding it in to Galley. Over to Ashley. Another shot right on, and Putman kicked that one to Burridge, who sends it down the ice.
You can see Buffalo's strategy, just get the puck to the front of the net, but Putman did a great job of kicking those hard shots off to the side.
A dozen seconds remaining in the Gagne penalty. Worked ahead to Pekka. Pekka comes to center, flipped it in over the line, but McCown knocked it down, and it's tapped out to center, and now the Leafs are back at full strength. Huddy had his pass intercepted by Gagne, coming out of the penalty box, ripped his shot right on, and Hasek steers it to the corner. Now Pekka kicking it ahead to Burridge. Burridge forces it out to center ice with a pass back to Pekka that goes too high. Pekka squeezing out McCown at center. Gagne gets checked. Here's Barnaby trying to get free. Barnaby still with the puck. Flipped it high in the air into the Leafs corner. Yuskevich banks it to center to Gagne. Gagne leaving it there. Brought in by Hendrickson. Hendrickson trying to get around Wilson, who stays right with him. Goes behind the net. Kept in by the Leafs now. Kept in behind the goal. Huddy goes in there to challenge his check. Warner bounced around on the boards again. Sabres trying to pry it free. Can't do it. Warner keeping it in to Craig in the corner. Craig taken out by Wilson. Jammed behind the net. Wilson knocked down from behind. Here's Huddy fighting for the puck. Rings it around on the boards, but it's held by Murphy. Murphy taps it back in. They right out in front of the net, and Wilson takes it away. Wilson's pass misses everybody, but there'll be no icing. Linesman ruling that Murphy could have played it. Fired around on the boards. Hendrickson picks it up. Hendrickson squeezing it out through center. Taken back by Shipnick. Shipnick will flip a bouncer back in. Putman gonna have to hang on to it as Hughes went sailing in there looking for a loose puck. We're still scoreless in the first.
It is a celebration of excellence. 75 years.
26. That's 441-2626. Or send $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping to Greatest TDs, P.O. Box 339-C, Verona, New Jersey.
Tonight's trivia quiz brought to you by Bagel Brothers Bakery and Deli. Breakfast, lunch, or anytime, Bagel Brothers is the place. Who's the Leafs' all-time scoring leader? A clue. He lives in Buffalo. Hannon and Gilmore. And this face-off is chopped into the corner. Recovered in there by the Leaf steward. Back to the point, but we got a battle breaking up. Here's Ray and Domi are ready to start hammering away at each other. Oh, is this a rematch? They've gone so many times. Ray and Domi, oh, they're just flailing away. Domi got a couple in, and then Ray got himself free. Now here's Ray. Oh, he hammers another one in there. And the linesman will get in and break it up. These two have done battle so many times in the past, and away they go again.
Well, they fought the last game in Buffalo, and Ty Domi on his way to the penalty box gave Rob Ray the punching bag sign. I mean, good-naturedly. They just pounded on each other, and they do it again here tonight.
Buffalo penalty, number 32, Rob Ray, 5 minutes.
Well, they've gone at it. I can remember a game in Winnipeg, partner, when the two of them went at it a couple of times when Ty was playing for the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, it was off a face-off in the Leaf zone. And no question, this was inevitable. And once again, they meet Domi and Rob Ray. 5 minutes each for fighting with 11:18 to go here in the opening period.
It almost looked like they look at each other and say, hey, let's liven this building up a little bit. Let's get something going here.
Let's get something hopping here. Watch on the right side of the screen. I'm sure they had a conversation before the puck was even dropped. You can bet on that. Buffalo with 8 shots on goal. The Leafs with 3, but still no score here in the opening period.
Don Gagne fencing a little bit as the puck is dropped. The Leafs. Elliott squeezes one to center ice. It dribbles in wide of the net. Hasek will come out and give it to Bugner. Bugner going behind the net. Watched by Guttner, but feeds it up in the wing. Cross ice pass to Daw. Daw trying to slip it ahead. Does to LaFontaine. He just failed to bust in. LaFontaine trying to get it in front. And it caroms around behind the net onto Murphy's stick. Murphy is hammered by May. Back at center ice to Gagne. In over the line to second.
Here's a beautiful play as the Leafs set up a 2-on-1 against the Buffalo defenseman Bugner. Watch Sundin pull it to the forehand, but an excellent save by Hasek. And look, no rebound. He cradled that puck into his stomach, and the Leafs did not get a second chance on it. But the 3-on-2 break, you would try to set up a 2-on-1 on one of the defensemen, and the Leafs did it perfectly, but were unable to finish off.
Pekka and Sundin. For the face-off, Sundin wins it to Allen, setting up the screen. Deflected into the corner by Galley. Gagne is there first. Gagne tipping it back to the point, the long shot. Cleared away to Ashley. Feeds it around now to Pearson. Pearson slipping it up at center. It went behind Pekka, and he couldn't gather it in. Now dumped back in over the line to Sundin. Sundin's backhand kicked away and recovered by Pekka. On a penalty here to Pearson for taking down Gartner. And Toronto will get its first chance on the power play tonight.
A turnover in the neutral zone. The Leafs go on the attack, and Pearson ends up taking the penalty at the top of this, or in the middle of the screen, as he takes down his check after the backhand shot by Sundin. And Pearson, 2 minutes for holding, and of course the Leafs send out Andreychuk along with Gilmore up front. Pat Burns, I'm sure, was praying his hockey team could get an early goal here tonight to raise the confidence.
Cannon's turn on the draw. He wings it back to the corner. Wilson got it behind the net. Sabres have lots of time for Pekka, and he uses it to send it away. Murphy on one point, Sundin on the other. It'll be Larry Murphy who slides it over to Sundin. Coming through center, Pekka got in front of him, tipped to the corner. Hasek is there. Hasek off the boards and down the ice. Pekka racing after it, and now Potvin comes out to knock it away, and he waited a long time. Back come the Leafs again. Sundin swinging it ahead, but Galley is there to take it back, and Galley's backhand goes down the ice. 1:25 left in the Pearson penalty. Still scoreless midway through the first period. Puck is poked ahead, broken up at center ice, and going after it Wilson, but he can't control the puck. And the Leafs, Murphy spinning around, feeds it up on the wing, brought by Gilmore in over the line. That's broken up by Himmelab. And to center ice, right onto Plattstick. Derek Platt ripping in over the line with a shot, and the save is made by Potvin. Himmelab trying to keep it in. Murphy coming up with it now for Andreychuk. A minute to go in the power play. Andreychuk steers it in over the line to the corner. Hendrickson trying to spin around. He's taken down, and here's Platt. He just guides it down the ice. Buffalo changing. Left back there for Allen. Cannon out on the ice along with Pekka again. Dave Allen swings it up on the wing for Gartner. He banged on it and put himself offside. About a half minute remaining in the penalty now.
Dave Gagne was telling us this morning, he said, of course, being traded over from the Dallas Stars toward the end of January, he said it has been an interesting transition. He said here in Toronto, everything a player does is under the microscope. But he felt that he needed to contribute more offensively. Gagne is a player who once had 8 straight 30-goal seasons.
Huddy takes his time, guides it down the ice, and it'll be left there for Allen. Playing the point along with Heward, the rookie. Allen, now to Heward. Got away from him at center. Huddy tapped it out again. Pekka could not corral it. Allen swinging it ahead for Gartner. Gartner flipping one in. That bounds around behind the net. Huddy hacked it off the boards, and by Heward to center. As Allen picks it up, the Sabres return to full strength. Gagne tapping one across ice. Sent right back in again into the corner. Huddy is there first. He left it to Pekka. Pekka turning in the corner. Pekka uses the glass to send it to center onto Ellen's stick. Ellen fired it in the other direction. Taken away by Shipnick with a long shot. In the corner now, recovered by the Leafs. Heward works it around on the boards. Gartner has tapped it out to the middle. Astley flings it across ice to Bugner. Bugner jamming it ahead. Ducked away from a check. May gets tangled up with Berg. Ends up on Astley's stick. Astley cruising around in his own end. Got it off Hendrickson. He tried to hold it in, but it's called on the offside. We're still looking for our first goal in this game.
Jim, fine.
We also get 100% hospital coverage. My back problem.
Yeah.
Didn't pay for the ticket, so he said they bought him about 5 weeks ago, so he's off the hook.
Astley now will send it through center, and Yuskevich will have to hustle back after it. LaFontaine's right on him. Flipped around behind the net. Bugner keeping it in for Buffalo. Bounces with Berg, and it rolls out to center. May can't get it. Brought in over the line, and taken off the puck was Hendrickson. Astley tapping it back to Bugner. He ripped it around on the boards, but Berg keeps it in there. Bugner with another try, and he doesn't get it out. McCown keeping it in, and Bugner will try it again. And this time he lugs it away to center. He'll flip one in as he collides with LaFontaine. Set around on the boards. Daw holding it in. Leafs recovering, almost stolen behind the net as May went sailing in there. Kept in by Buffalo. Worked back to the point. The Sabres still fighting for it, but it ends up coming to the line. Chipped back along the boards again. Here's Wilson tapping it ahead. McCown now for the Leafs. McCown's pass intercepted by Wilson. Wilson overskates the puck. Leafs starting back again. Andrechuk in over the line to Berg with a long shot. And when Hasek saw all the way, but it kind of flipped up, and he had to be careful with it.
Now Matt Barnaby ready to mix things up, stir things up. Made a big play in Philadelphia to set up a goal. The winning goal by the Buffalo Sabres. And Dominic Hasek getting the night off in Philadelphia, back in the nets tonight. He was trying on a new helmet this morning. It was a white helmet, and the players were really ribbing him. They said how ugly it looked.
Allen keeping it in with a backhand. Let it go. It's kicked away. Andrechuk holding it in backhand again. Knocked down, and Barnaby starts away. Hasek chirping at the referee. Felt there was interference in his crease. Flat now to Barnaby. The shot. Platt the save. The rebound. Here's Platt. Oh, and it deflected off the leg. Platt's got it again. Took another shot. Platt the save again. Penalty coming up to Toronto. In front of the net, Muller mugged Burridge.
One of the things that Pat Burns said about his hockey club, they were running around in their own zone as Muller and Barnaby chat nose to nose, and we just saw an example of that. The Leafs not able to come up with a puck, out of position, and they end up eventually taking a penalty. Boy, Derek Plant was just firing away, and he'll end up with the puck a second time, and the penalty occurred in front of the net. Kirk Muller, 2 minutes for holding at 13:42.
Toronto penalty number 21, Kurt Muller, 2 minutes for holding.
Here's what the mask we were talking about. Dominic testing a new mask, and it just didn't look like Dominic. And the players are...
It's not you.
No, it's not you, Dominic. They were saying, boy, that's ugly, and boy, that thing stinks.
Like a lady trying on a new hat, I guess.
I guess so.
Here's Ellett sending it over Galley's head and down the ice. Ellett and Galley are partners in an Ottawa boozery and restaurant. LaFontaine picking it up now. LaFontaine spins away to center.